posted a selfie with my mom, both looking heartbroken, and the caption read, "Some people never learn to value family until it's too late." The comments were full of sympathies from family friends and distant relatives, all sharing their own stories about family disloyalty and lost family ties. It was all so calculated, like they planned to make me look like the bad guy from the start. Then, to top it all off, I got a message from my cousin, the only one I'd kept in contact with. He'd heard the stories too, but this time, he sounded disappointed, saying he wished I could see things from their perspective. It stung to realize even he was starting to waver. He'd been my last ally in the family, and now even he was slipping away, weighed down by everyone else's version of events. The guilt tripping had spread through the family, and they all seemed convinced I was the one in the wrong, no matter what the real story was. The pressure only ramped up from there. My parents began sending me long emails, each one more dramatic than the last, saying they'd raised me to respect my elders and value family. My mom's messages were full of lines like, "This is hurting us more than you can imagine, and your actions have left us heartbroken." Every message seemed crafted to make me doubt myself, to make me question if maybe I really was in the wrong. But I'd come too far to fall for it this time. Around this point, friends of the family started reaching out, telling me they'd heard from my parents and asking if everything was okay. Some were genuinely concerned, others sounded more judgmental, clearly influenced by what they'd been told. I started avoiding these calls. The last thing I needed was to keep defending myself. To make matters worse, my mom found ways to tell her side of the story wherever she could. She even posted about it in a local community group on Facebook, in one of those vague posts that didn't mention me directly but was clearly about me. She shared how heartbreaking it was to be abandoned by family, with comments full of supportive messages about praying for her, and how some kids just don't appreciate what they have. The post spread, with people who didn't even know us commenting and offering advice, all based on her one-sided version of events. I thought about responding, about posting my own version of the story or setting the record straight publicly, but I knew that would only lead to more drama, and the last thing I wanted was a public back and forth with my family. I stayed silent, hoping that the lack of reaction would eventually force them to stop. Instead, their efforts only intensified, like they were determined to keep me in the wrong until I gave in. In the end, all the drama showed me who my real friends were. Some people I thought I could trust backed away, clearly influenced by the family narrative. Others stayed by my side, offering support and refusing to buy into the rumors. My friend group got smaller but stronger, and I found comfort in knowing who I could really count on. Therapy became a lifeline, helping me unravel the decades of manipulation and guilt tripping I'd grown up with. I'd spent my whole life being the family fixer, the one who kept the peace, no matter how much it cost me. My therapist helped me see why breaking away had felt so hard, why I'd stayed in the cycle for so long. For the first time, I started to understand that none of this was my fault, that setting boundaries didn't make me the selfish one. And despite everything, my family didn't let up. They wanted an apology, and they wanted it publicly.